Hey, what's up, guys? This is ChurchofCaboose.
Eyes up, Guardian.
And we are looking at PvP post Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep came out not that long ago. There's a whole bunch of meta changes, such as how Luna faction works, buffs and nerfs, and increases to some types of weapons and decreases to others. And don't mind me, I just knocked over my empty shaker. That's what that sound was, but that's okay. So I did a couple hours of playing in the competitive playlist this week. The playlist has changed up quite a bit, and we're going to talk about that a little bit just to give you guys some information. So you got for survival freelance, which is elimination, where you can only be you can't be in a fire team, so it's all solo queue players. Then you have the normal eliminations or survival, which you can have a fire team of up to 3. And it's really interesting how they have comp or competitive playlist working. So instead of taking an average of your ELO over a couple of games or something of that nature, your playing abilities are being constantly evaluated over the whole course of an individual match, and then you're getting paired up against teams that have comparable abilities or individuals if you're in the solo queue list. And based off of how close or how far apart your skill ranges are, you will either get a normal amount of points, a lot of points, or a few points, and then the same applies to losing. So if you absolutely train wreck a team and then you get put up against a team that you should train wreck again and you lose, you will lose a lot of points. But that other team will gain a lot of points because they beat someone that statistically, or whatever you want to call it, that they beat a team that should have beaten them, which is fantastic because people that are awesome, that continuing their legend like Kami Cakes and True Vanguard, they fly up to legend real quick. I believe they got to legend on day 1 of Shadowkeep, and so that really clears out the playlist of those over the top sweaties and makes it more of an enjoyable experience for you. Now, keep in mind though, guys, it will take quite a few days of playing and for everybody in order to get that more consistent kind of team you're playing against, because if you think about it, you probably need at least a couple of games before you consistently show the server or whatever what your abilities are. And then if everyone else is kind of late to the game this weekend and they're hopping in, you might have some really rough games where people are just trouncing you, or maybe vice versa, where you have a couple of games where you just destroy and have a lot of fun. Just kind of wanted to throw that out there because I was getting pretty frustrated the first couple of games. Because I won the first one by a lot, and the next couple of games were really rough. And now it's balanced out, and I really enjoy it a lot more than I was before. So let's talk real quick about how losing points works. So you don't lose nearly as many points. First, let's talk about the win streaks. So the win streaks, let's say you get to 5 wins and you lose 1. Well, before Shadowkeep, you would just start over. You'd have a 0 streak, and so you go back down to just getting a couple of points for that next match. Post Shadowkeep, so the current sandbox, say you're at a 5 win streak, you lose 1. Well, if you win the next game, you get back to the 5 win streak point, because then you're down at a 4 win streak. So every time you lose, you just lose 1 off of your streak, as long as you don't win a match in between. So if you lose 2 matches, then you'll be at a 3 win streak if you start off a 5 streak. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's way more forgiving. The points, I'm getting so much more of them. For Revoker, for example, it took me a whole weekend to get the 3,500 competitive points in order to earn the Revoker. For the Randy throwing knife, I don't have the weapon yet because I'm not a huge fan of scout rifles. But I am over 1,000, around 1,100 glory points won so far, and I only played a couple of hours. And that's way better than it was when I was going for Revoker. So anyways, I hope this information helps you guys out. I really had more fun with competitive than I had before. Times it was frustrating. When it's competitive, not going to have a time where it's frustrating. That's just not a thing. But I still enjoyed it, and I hope you guys do too. So anyways, I want to get back to getting ready for the raid. I will be streaming for a day 1 raid clear, starting as close to the raid drop on Saturday, so tomorrow, as possible. So check me out on Twitch. I got a fire team put together with mostly some clan mates, and everyone should be able to hop on. We should have a lot of fun trying to compete and see where we end up. Trying to see if we can be one of the small handful of console teams that clears the raid in the first day, because like Chrono Sorrow, only one person console team cleared the raid in the first day, so the odds are against us, but we're gonna try. Anyways, I am ChurchofCaboose. I really hope you guys enjoy watching the rest of the video. Have a great week and happy grinding, y'all.
Show them the true meaning of war. 10 seconds. Opposing team annihilated. 3 lives left. Slay your enemy and they stay dead. Together as one. I love it.